Welcome to the BHB headquarters in South West London. My name is William Hudmuch, Managing Director. Today we're here to judge Dream Car Competition Week 25, which ran from June the 19th to June the 25th. Before we do that, I'd like to say congratulations to Charlie Clark, who won the fantastic Tesla Model S 75D plus £10,000, and you can see us surprising you both on our website and YouTube channel. I'd now like to introduce Ross Brown from Onside Law, who will be overseeing proceedings today. Thank you.
My name is Ross Brown from Onside Law, and I'll be overseeing the judging this morning. Firstly, I can confirm that the competition data has already been sent to the auditors, Wilkins Kennedy. I would now like to introduce today's judges and ask them to pick a car out of the bag to determine their seating position. Mr. Matthew Ray. Morning, Matthew.
Hi, my name is Matthew Ray. I've affiliated in multiple counties across England and have refereed from grassroots through to professional academies. Yellow car.
Mr. Leo Donlan.
Morning, Ross.
Morning.
Good morning, my name is Leo Donnellan. I'm an ex-professional football player, having been with Chelsea, Fulham and Leyton Orient. Purple.
Mr. Gareth Deneen.
Morning, Ross.
Morning, go.
Good morning, my name is Gareth Deneen. I'm a senior county referee and I appoint referees to various competitions throughout the London area. Orange.
Mr. Ari Mendonca.
Morning, Ross.
Good morning.
Morning, my name is Aaron Mendonca. I've been involved in the game for over 30 years, firstly as a player and then as a referee.
Blue.
Mr. Hugh Gilroy.
Morning, Ross.
Morning.
Hi, my name's Hugh Gilroy. I'm a qualified referee, mentor, observer and tutor. White car.
Mr. Alan Gomer.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. My name is Alain Goma. I'm an ex-professional footballer. I played for Fulham, Newcastle and Paris Saint-Germain. Red.
Mr. Sol Campbell. Myself.
Good morning, my name is Sol Campbell. I've played over 500 times in Premiership and I'm a fully qualified coach. Green.
Okay, judges, please mark on the screen where you think the centre of the ball should be. I will ask you to do this individually for a few minutes before justifying your position. I'll then ask you all to come to a panel decision on the central screen. Ari, please can you explain how you've come to your decision?
Yes, we have two players on this shot and a few spectators. I couldn't get much from the spectators. I think they are just mainly looking what the player in blue is about to do. The player on the left is looking deep at the ball with this angle. Player in blue is almost on the top of his jump. His body language tells me the shape of his arms and his head, the way he's looking. That the ball is really close. So I think he's looking slightly above and he's about to connect with the ball. That's where I place my dot.
Thank you. Alan, please can you explain how you've come to your decision?
So I think the player in blue is about to head the ball. I couldn't, see much of his eyes, so I used mainly, his eye line, to determine the position of the ball. Looking at his, body language, I think he's not at the top of his jump, so he's got a bit more to go, and that's why I put my cross a bit higher than the others. And I believe he's about to maybe flick the ball. So I use mainly his eye line. I tried as much as I could, to use his one, and that's why I chose this position.
Thank you. Matthew, please can you explain how you've come to your decision?
My cross is the yellow cross, slightly over to the right. I think for the player on the left hand side, I couldn't work out whether he's looking at the player or the ball. So to be honest, I've really just focused on the player in blue. Try to look at his eye. I think it's quite a steep view looking upwards, although I would like to have a look with the magnifier on the group screen. I've tried to judge the height away from his head based on his body language. I think his hands are still up, and when he's going to come to throw his head forward to head that ball, I think it's a defensive clearance out. Hands are going to come down, head's going to go forward, so I don't think the ball's too close. But again, it's a judgment call. I think it's along that trajectory, looking upwards, and that's where I've placed the cross where I have done.
Thank you. Sol, please can you explain how you've come to your decision?
Yeah, there's two players and some onlookers in shot, but the player who's just got his head in the picture, I've kind of tried to use his eyes, but not concentrate too much on him. But the real situation is with the player in blue, how his body position and language. I think he's got a little bit to go. Jumping wise, and that's why my cross is the green cross, so I kind of put it a little bit away from his head, because I think he's got to have a slightly bit more lift to head the ball. I've used his eye line and around the angle, that's why I've put my cross there, and that's why I feel the ball is, in my opinion.
Thank you. Gareth, please can you explain how you've come to your decision?
Indeed. Mine's the orange cross. I'm close to Sol, as you can see. Using the player, we can only see his head. I think he's looking at the ball stroke player, so we're working out in an arc there, which in fact all our crosses are in that arc. There's no help from spectators at all, so therefore we're relying upon the guy in the blue to head the ball. I don't think he's at the top of his jump. I think he's got a way to go, because his arms, he hasn't pulled down on his arms yet, and then he would power his body through the header. So I've gone on his forehead, shape of his forehead. You can't clearly see his eye. I can't see if there's a pupil in there. This is where I'd like to see the magnifier. But I've gone on the shape of his forehead, or the angle of his forehead, and then with the arc of this of the other player, that's where I put my orange cross.
Thank you. Leo, please can you explain how you've come to your decision?
Yeah, there's two players in the shot. I believe the player on the left, he's just on looking for me. He's just giving me a rough guideline of where he's obviously looking at. Playing blue, he's unchallenged. He's quite vertical, so I believe the ball is coming down onto his forehead rather than sort of coming across the field. I think he's pretty much at the top of his jump. His arms are there. He's got to come through with his forehead to hit the ball. But looking at his eye line, I think he's looking quite vertical. And that's why I've decided to put my purple cross where it is.
Hugh, please can you explain how you've come to your decision?
Yeah, so mine is the white cross. Agree with what Leo just said, which is that I think he's close to the top of his jump, although he hasn't pulled his arms back yet to make contact. I think that's not too far away. His body position's straight, so I think it's dropping towards him. His eye line is looking in that direction, but most of the way I judged it is from his eyes. He's not craning his neck back too much, so I don't think it can be much further over, but he is looking straight and slightly to the left, so that's where I've placed the cross.
Thank you. Judges, please now come to a panel decision on the central screen.
Right. Just how closer?
Yeah, I think so.
We're kind of in the same area.
Yeah.
Maybe too far away. Should we place a marker in for now and then come and have a look?
So it's almost on this sort of green
after.
blob,
Yeah,
isn't it?
just above the knuckle there.
I think it's slightly
I
further
think
to the right.
But
Yeah,
on that green blob, this one.
Yes,
Yeah.
Just to the right, isn't it?
I think so,
That'd be
yeah.
a good marker. So there.
It's a good place to start, I think.
Yeah.
Can we see if he's got a pupil? Can we see if he's eyeing at all from much from there?
No, it's just the white, isn't it?
Haven't we got a shape of head and
Yeah.
He's looking up. No, there's a pupil in there. He's looking vertically upwards, which he's not. So.
Yeah. I mean, based
So,
on
yeah,
that,
it's odd.
I'd be happy to come further to the left, to be honest, because it's from my yellow cross, from the angle of his head as well. I think it could be definitely left of my cross.
Okay.
So we shift the average
In
over
between,
that way.
in between these
Yeah, almost looking
Probably
at
isn't
this
it?
triangle here.
But we have to say, is he at the top of his jump or he's got a bit to go?
He's close to. He's close.
Certainly, to me, he's not at the top of his jump.
No, not yet, but
if he started to pull down
close
with his
to
arms.
Yeah, I think he's close though.
he still has to open his arms to connect anyway. So
Yeah.
there's still a bit to go.
Depends on his technique.
Yeah, exactly.
Cushion pressure off the back of his head.
Um,
And it is a free header, isn't it?
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a free header, so he's-
He's got all the time as well.
yeah.
okay.
So I
So
think
if
before we want to go up
Matt comes
that,
over then, so whereabouts are you thinking about Matt now?
you have
I'm quite happy with my height personally. I mean, I know we've come down slightly. I think coming down's okay. I think maybe we, as an average, coming to the left, with 3 crosses here, 2 crosses out, and Alan's crossing the red.
So what above his index finger or his middle finger?
I mean, we're on that green blotch, if you like, now. Maybe just come to the edge of that, to be honest.
Okay.
Just come over.
Head to the blotch. I wouldn't want to go much further.
So where we
Well, that works for this guy's
Yeah.
angle.
Yeah.
That's not the
Yeah,
issue.
yeah.
I think it's literally where's the ball. Where do we think the ball's coming in from? Is it dropping in
I
that
think
way?
It's a high one,
Dropping,
yeah.
or is it literally just
The
dropping?
high one.
I think it's
I mean, the shape of his head, he's obviously, he's dropping in that angle.
Yeah.
Not above his head.
I
No,
can't see it
no.
dropping in vertically.
No, I don't think so either. I think it's coming in from the left.
Yeah.
Put a line in there, you, from the side to the cross.
Are we convinced he's a defensive header? Because I thought he was more like a kind of a flick, the ball coming quite high, from the air, and he was going to flick it, in his back. In this case, he wouldn't be too far on the right.
Yeah. I suppose, yeah.
We don't know.
It's a difficult
Yeah.
one, isn't it? Yeah.
It's not. I don't. It's difficult to tell from his body shape. He was going to just hit it with his forehead or flick it on.
I think he's going to meet with his forehead.
I'm more inclined that way. I have to say.
Just by the way he's jumping.
He's quite straight, isn't he?
His 2
His body.
hands, straight body. I think it's more going to be like that, but
Yeah.
doesn't massively affect where he is. I think that is an average that takes into account Sol and Gareth and Alan, who are a little bit higher and to the left, and us 3 who are closer to
Yeah, no, I think.
Can you just
I
put
think
another
it's-
line? Just put it in red or green, and just another colour, and go for where Sol and I are, which is above his index finger, which is sort of through there. Let's see what that looks like.
like that, yeah?
See, for me, that's just slightly to the left. I know we really can't see his eye, but I feel he is looking quite.
I think his head would be tilted slightly more forward if it was that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think the orange line looks.
Yeah,
much likely,
yeah.
Come more to the left if they cross to me that line. I think.
What does that? Does that orange line go through the 3 other crosses? The purple, the blue, and the white.
The orange line lies to the side of that blotch.
So
We're
kind of
going to
splits
the
3
yeah.
and 2,
between,
yeah.
yeah.
Imagine if you could draw a line between those 5 really.
Well, based upon the player here and his angle, that's a good compromise. I think where it is. I'm happy with that.
So just the distance from him.
Yeah.
Are we happy that way as well?
I'm happy to come up a
Yeah.
bit. Mine's quite low. Harry, yours is the lowest.
Yeah.
You happy to come up that far?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So what along the orange line, which means moving left.
No, I think
No,
just
no,
as we
no,
are,
yeah,
up from
yeah.
his original cross.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the height personally.
I think it works, doesn't
Good,
it?
yeah.
Tall and
It works.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy?
Yep.
Thank you, judges. The coordinates selected at 1804 by 539. These coordinates will now be passed to Wilkins Kennedy to calculate the winner of the competition, and they will inform best of the best. That concludes the judging process. Thank you.